Robert De Niro almost made the same entrance as you. He almost.
I have to say, thank you so much for having me on your Titans of American Cinema theme show with Robert De Niro.
That's exactly it. So it's you, De Niro, yeah, of
So
course.
honored. We're the two people you thought of for this.
Yes,
Thank you,
exactly
thank you.
it is. But look at you, the cover boy right here.
Wow!
Billboard magazine, the cover.
So cool. That's so cool. It's such a big deal to me because I grew up being obsessed with Billboard magazine. I did college radio. That was like the Bible of the entertainment industry.
If you were in Billboard magazine.
you made it, yeah.
But the first time you were in Billboard magazine, they misspelled your name.
That's right. This was like 1979. I was in college, and My Bologna had just come out, my first ever single.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, no, sit down,
please.
down.
Everyone sit down. There's a
down.
riot. Everyone's rioting, yeah.
No, but what was crazy about that was they misspelled my name, and you think it would be like Yankovic or something like that. Yeah. No, it was Weird Owl, O-W-L. I was a Weird Owl.
Weird Owl
Yeah.
Yankovic.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like a blues guy or something.
Yeah.
Weird Owl Yankovic.
Blind Lemon Weird Owl.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. But still, you were psyched that you were in a magazine.
Yeah, it was cool.
You're like, look, everybody, I'm famous. Yeah.
I'm somebody.
Kind of, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Weird Owl, yeah. But this is when you're starting out and you're weird. I mean, obviously, I've told you this already, but you're one of my idols, and I love you. Thank you so much. You made weird being cool. If I could say that correctly.
Well, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, there's good weird and bad weird, of course, but I like to think I'm the good kind.
Yeah.
And it's a Weird Al is a nickname that I got in college. I don't know why they thought I was weird somehow. But
What?
It's crazy.
Why would they think that?
But I kind of took it on as an empowering thing, and a decade or two into my career, I was thinking like, gosh, did I make the right decision? I'm weird on my whole life now. But I've heard from so many kids that kind of looked up to me and was like, well, people thought I was weird. I was kind of an outcast or an oddball in school, and the fact that you were like being Weird Al out there in the public eye and doing okay, that meant a lot to me. So it's nice to know.
But you were even weird in high school, and I'll show you this because you did things in a weird way. This is just in your local yearbook. You came up with a club. There was like, different types of Spanish club. This is the Volcano Worshippers Club.
The Volcano Worshippers, yes.
Now, did this club exist?
It did, but it did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
See,
but legally, it was a club?
I was gaming the system because I thought, I want one more picture of me in the high school yearbook. So I said, no, we're a club. Take our picture.
Yeah. And what did the Volcano Worshippers Club do?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay,
it was really just
zero.
For this picture.
So everyone, we could be in the club if we wanted to.
Yeah, we took a picture and look, hey, club's dissolved. We're done.
That was it.
Yeah.
But I just love that you do that. And you started there, you didn't change. You just stuck to what you believed in.
I started at the bottom, now I'm here.
Look at you, yeah. Look at what you've done. I mean, this massive, massive tour. Congratulations, bigger and weirder.
So huge.
It is massive. Was there ever a white whale of parody songs of people that you've parodied that you go, oh, I've always wanted to do a parody of their song and never got a chance?
Prince is like the one guy that was never into it. And he's got a good sense of humor. In fact, I heard a bootleg recording of him in the studio talking to some friends. Oh, you got to see this fat video. He makes fun of Michael Jackson. It was really funny.
Oh, yeah, he loved that fat video.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. But when it came to like parodying one of his songs, not so much. Yeah,
he was like, no.
I had like a half a dozen ideas that I pitched him, and none of them got accepted. One of them, this killed me because I thought it was going to be really funny. It was like a parody of 1999 called 1999. Except it was like one of those like Ron Popeil late night infomercials. You can get all this in 1999. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. And you pitched it to him and he didn't even answer you?
No.
He didn't even answer you, yeah. Would you ever try to do something? No.
No, I mean, because, he made his... I try to respect the wishes of the artists, and he made his wishes very, very clear while he was with us.
Yeah. Thank you, yeah. I got to thank you because you and I did a song together with The Roots on my holiday album.
Yes.
It's called New Year's Eve Polka. And I was so nervous to send it to you because I go, I have this idea because there's always all these New Year's songs are so depressing and sad. What if we did a happy, fun New Year's Eve song?
You got to have one polka song on every Christmas album.
Right? I think there has to be.
Right?
Thank you. And so I sent it to you, and I go, I was nervous to send it to you, and obviously I don't play the accordion or anything, but I just kind of did it on one of those, like, Honer or whatever. The thing, like,
The melodic.
Yeah, melodic.
Yeah.
And I sent it to you, and I didn't really hear back from you. And I go,
What?
oh, he hates this. It's all right that Al doesn't like it. That's fine. And then you sent it back. You go, dude, I'm totally in. I love this. And then you're like, well, what do you think? You want to work on it? You want to write it together? I'm like, wait, this is amazing. So then you go, I would tweak this, I would tweak that. It was so easy and fun working with you. But then you arranged the whole thing, recorded it, did harmonies, added sound effects, and then you actually printed out musical notes of everything that I did. You're a genius, dude. And I loved it. I can't thank you enough. I had the best experience.
And then the Roots got involved.
And then the Roots, I go, so you said yes, and I texted Quest and I go, hey, would you ever want to do a song with Weird Al? And before I could even finish the sentence, he said, yes. Yeah. He's like, yes, I do.
Weird anybody.
Yes, no. As soon as I said Weird Al, he's like, yes, I'm in. Whatever it is, I'm in. And so we all got together, and thank you so much. It's a dream come true, and it's really a fun thing ever. Now, I want to see you on tour. This is happening. It's all happening soon, starting in Las Vegas, June 13th.
That's right.
At the Venetian Theater.
Yeah.
What should fans expect from the bigger and weirder tour?
Well, it will be bigger and weirder.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't. That was...
Well, the last tour that I did was the unfortunate return of the ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised vanity tour, and that was a scaled-back tour. It was literally just us, sitting on stools and playing instruments. It was for the hardcore fans in smaller theaters. This is the big show. This is the props and the costume changes and the LED screens, and it's the big show again. And the band is twice as big. It's the same guys that were with me since the beginning of recorded history, and 4 more players, multi-instrumentalists and horns and everything else. So it's a big band, big sound.
Yes.
And weirder as well.
And weirder. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. And I saw these dates. I'm back here. On August 30th, you're playing Inglewood. You're playing the Forum.
Yes.
And the Forum was where Al Yankovic saw his first concert. Is that true?
Yes, I was maybe 15 years old, and I had a very protective upbringing, and my parents didn't want me to go to a rock show because it's like a whole arena full of bad influences,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And with Elton John, and I was a big Elton John fan at the time. I was up in the nosebleeds watching Elton through binoculars.
You had binoculars?
Yeah, because they didn't have the IMAX screens at the time. It was like you had to actually look through binoculars to see if their lips were moving.
So Elton John, that was your first. That's a great first concert.
And now it's like a nice circle of life because now instead of being in the nosebleeds, now I'll be on stage, so I'll have the best seat in the house.
That's what I'm talking about. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
You should dedicate a song to that kid up in the nosebleeds. Like, you could be the next Weird Al. But then we also talked about this backstage. We were excited about this. July 12th, you are here in New York, at Madison Square Garden.
Unbelievable.
But this is why it's cool.
I was going to say, because I know your first concert was mine, and you went to, I think in 1985, so one of my first shows. And back in the early to mid 80s, when we sold the T-shirts and merch at the shows, the back, instead of having real concert dates, we'd have funny fake concert dates.
Yeah.
And one of the funny dates. Yeah, that would never ever happen. One of them was Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Which was funny at the time because this idiot's never going to play Madison Square Garden.
And now
40 short years later, here I am.
He's playing Madison Square Garden. That's a big deal. It's bigger and weirder! Congrats. I love you.
Thank you.
Shout out to your daughter, by the way, Nina.
Graduated college
His
yesterday.
daughter graduated
Nina!
college. Nina, congratulations! Weird Al Yankovic, everybody, for tickets to the bigger and weirder tour, go to WeirdAl.com. We'll be right back with a performance from Arcade Fire. Stick around.